This week, I'll lead you through a gentle hands-free practice for upper body mobility. Let's get started. For this practice, we don't need any props, unless you know that you need something to cushion your knees, but I will lead you through this practice without any props. Just before you get onto your mat, make sure that there's a bit of extra space on each side of the mat so that we have room to move off the mat a little bit as well. And that's all the preparations, and then we're going to start in child's pose today. So if you need any cushioning under your knees, feel free to set that up and then find your child's pose. You might bring your head all the way down onto the mat if that feels good. Or you might have your arms under the head. Feel free to have your arms overhead or bring them down next to your sides on the mat. Already here, finding a variation, finding a shape that allows you to release your hands, release your wrists. So throughout the practice, we will keep the weight off the hands and wrists. And then once you have found your shape in our child's pose, give yourself a moment to just breathe. Check in with your own breath. If you still need to adjust the pose, you might make changes. And just allow yourself to start creating space for each breath in. And then let each breath out release tension around that space that you have created. And you might still adjust the shape as we stay here a bit longer. Allowing the hips to soften, allowing the pelvis to become heavy, allowing back to release any excess tension, allowing shoulders to soften. We'll take another 5 to 10 breaths here. Notice how you feel in your neck and at the very top of your shoulders. Is there any softness you could create there at the top of the shoulders, at the base of the skull as well? Let your breaths slide further down than the shoulders. Let your breaths move all the way down to the bottom of the rib cage, maybe even further down. And then with your next couple of breaths, you could slowly start to find your way onto elbows and knees. So from that child's pose, bring yourself onto all fours, but rather than finding yourself onto your hands, bring your weight onto the elbows. And you might bring palms together. You might also turn palms on the mat if that feels good. Find that safe place for your wrists and hands. And then we'll go into a few rounds of cat-cows. With your next breath,
round your spine. And if it feels good, you might bring your chin towards the chest, even bringing head between the arms. And from there, start to open the chest, finding that cow, gentle back bend. And again, rounding your spine together with your breath. I think about bringing your pubic bone towards the head towards the pubic bone. And then breathing into that gentle back bend, opening the chest, maybe turning tailbone up. 2 more rounds. Find a comfortable rhythm with your own breath. You might be breathing in or out when you round the back. You might be breathing in or out when you're back bending your spine. Just finding that rhythm through the breath to support the movements. And then after those 4 rounds, just find a neutral spine, what feels neutral to you. And a couple of times, rock the weight forward and back. If you want, you might tuck your toes under as well. And just rocking the weight back and forth a few times, allowing the shoulder joints to move, but also testing a bit more weight on the arms. Keeping neck long and soft. 1 more round, going forward and back. And then bring yourself to center. And now we're going to go into a variation of side plank, staying on left elbow and forearm and left knee, the side of the left knee. We're going to turn to the side, the long side of the mat. And then lengthen the right arm up and lengthen the right leg. You might flex your right ankle, even bring the foot on the mat. And now press the mat away with your left shoulder, left arm. Keep that space between ears and shoulders. You can stay here, or we can move the right arm, upper body a few times. If you want to move, with your next breath, reach that right hand under the left armpit. You can twist a bit. And then open the chest. Maybe move the right arm slightly behind you, opening the chest. Same again. Next breath, reaching the right arm under, twisting a bit. And from there, breathing and opening the chest. Right arm can go a bit behind you. 1 more time. Keeping that left arm, left shoulder stable. 1 more opening. And from there, slowly bring your right elbow down. We'll go to the other side. So come onto your right knee, the outside of the right knee. And extend the left leg. So now the weight is on the right elbow, right forearm. And then you can extend the left leg and extend the left arm up towards the ceiling. Left foot or the kind of side of the foot stays on the mat. Either stay here, or with the next breath, now reach left hand, left arm under the right side. And then with the next breath, open the chest and push the floor away through that right arm. And again, reaching left arm under. Keep breathing with every movement. You decide if it's better to breathe in or out. 1 more time. Reaching the left arm under. And reaching the left arm up. And once you've done 3 rounds, Again, slowly bring both elbows to the mat. And then we're going to come lie down on the belly. Now extend your arms down next to your sides. Extend your legs, and you can bring head down onto the mat. And if it feels okay in the shoulders, turn your palms up towards the ceiling, so you're rotating your shoulders inwards or downwards towards the mat. So now you might feel a bit more a round shape in your upper back. From here, just slightly draw in through the core, reach back through your feet. You might even gently think about drawing your navel in. And from here, I'm suggesting we inhale, lift the chest slightly off the mat, rotate the arms so that now you're drawing your shoulder blades closer together. You can turn palms out to the sides, lifting into a half locust, opening through the chest. Next exhalation, slowly come back down again, rotate through the arms. You can turn palms up towards the ceiling. Front of the shoulders come lower down. Same again, breathing towards the chest, peeling the chest off the mat, lifting front of the shoulders off the mat, rotating through the shoulders and arms, shoulder blades reaching closer together. And then with the next exhalation, slowly control the way down again, rotating through the shoulders, creating more space between the shoulder blades. 2 more times. Follow your own breath. So I'm suggesting to breathe in towards the chest, rotating the arms, opening the chest. You can still look down, keep the neck long. Exhaling slowly down. Rotating through the shoulders. 1 more time. Keeping the legs on the mat. Inhale towards the chest. Opening through the chest. Shoulder blades reaching towards each other. Rotating through the whole arm. And then exhale. Slowly come down. And again rotating through the shoulders. Take a couple of deeper breaths in and out. You can soften the shoulders, soften the upper back. And then with your next breath, bring yourself onto your elbows, forearms into a Sphinx pose. So now coming into a slightly longer back bend. And we're going to keep the legs down, open the chest, maybe looking forward as well. And then just gently draw your chest forward and keeping that nice long space between the ears, tops of the shoulders. So it's quite an active Sphinx pose. Kind of gently pulling the chest forward, so we still feel that activation through the upper back. We're still pressing the mat away through the forearms, elbows, shoulders. Feeling that activation going all the way down to legs. And breathing. Take another couple of breaths in and out. Keeping core active, making sure we're not dumping all the pressure onto the lower back. And then exhale, slowly release. Bring yourself down onto the mat. If you want, you could bend the knees and just swing your shins, swing your feet from side to side. And then with the next few breaths, from lying down on the belly, roll down onto your back. Bring yourself onto your back And then bring knees in towards the chest, towards the belly. Just take a couple of breaths here. You don't need to hug the knees, just more actively drawing the knees in towards the chest. And then we're going to go into downward facing dog, lying down on the back. So from here, bring arms overhead, turn your palms away from the feet, and it might be that the very kind of the fingertips are just not pushing onto the floor, but just maybe touching the floor very gently so you have an idea of where the floor is. And then extend your legs up towards the ceiling. And now imagine there's floor underneath your hands that you're trying to push away without lifting shoulders up to the air. So arms are really active. We're not resting hands on the mat. But it might be that the fingertips are just kind of telling you where the floor is. Arms active. Also legs active. Imagine there's floor underneath your feet. You're pushing slightly away and then lengthening through the spine, the crown of the head, lengthening away from the tail. Take another breath here. Keep arms connected to your back, so the whole upper back is very active here. Breathing. And then exhale, bend the knees. Bring arms next to your sides and bring feet onto the mat. Then we're going to bring ourselves slowly up into a seat to strengthen a bit through the core. So now, as you exhale, draw in through the belly, bring your chin towards the chest, and slowly reach yourself up into a seat. Extend your legs in front of you and lengthen arms up towards the ceiling. And just a couple of breaths here, finding that same length through the spine that you were just looking for, lying down on the back in that downward dog. And you might even do downward dog here. Imagine you're pushing floor away through the arms. Imagine you're lengthening your legs, lengthening your back into that downward dog. And then let's move. As you exhale, round your back, bring arms sideways down behind the back. Bring the backs of the hands onto your lower back, rounding the spine. Head can come down, keep legs active. With the next in-breath, spiral the arms sideways up, reaching the back up and finding that length through the spine. We'll do this another 3 rounds. Exhale, bring arms sideways down and behind the back. Head can nod down. And as you inhale, reaching up through the head, arms spiraling up, legs stay active. Exhale again, round the spine. Rotate through the shoulders, through the arms, so backs of the hands find the lower back. And inhaling, reaching up, arms spiraling up. One last round. So as you exhale, round the back, arms come behind the back, head can drop down. And one more time, inhale, lifting up, reaching up through the back. And then we're going to bend the knees, reach arms in front of you. And again, using your core, we're going to slowly roll the back down, trying to go as slow as possible, especially when we get to that tricky part where we want to collapse down, but we're going to control it. And bring shoulders, bring head down, arms down next to the sides. With your next breath, lift up into bridge pose. So going the opposite way. You might walk shoulder blades a bit closer together if that feels good. And finding that support and connection through your feet into your inner thighs, into your pelvis, into your back. And breathe in and out. Make sure you're not pushing too much weight onto the neck, so keeping some space under the neck. And with the next breath, slowly release your back, release your pelvis down. Open arms out to the sides. And then lean your knees to your left side. Close the chest. Bring palms together. And then we're going to circle through the shoulders, through the arms. With your next breath, reach the right arm overhead, sliding the fingertips as close to the floor as possible. The arm makes a full circle so that the palms find each other again. I'm suggesting to inhale, reaching the arm up overhead. Keeping the fingers sliding along the floor. Exhale, bringing palms back together. 2 more circles. Let that movement come through the upper spine, the ribs, the shoulders. 1 more full circle. Opening the chest. Finding that twist, and then bringing palms back together. Now 1 more time, open your chest, circle the right arm behind you, and then pause there for a couple of breaths in that reclining twist. Let the shoulders sink down. And then you can leave your chest open and slowly bring your legs back to center. And then bring knees to your right side. And then bring palms on top of each other. And we circle on this side. I'm suggesting inhaling, reaching that left arm over. Makes a full circle. Exhale, bring that left hand back to the right hand. Again, opening the chest, the left arm circles behind you. And then circling the palms back together. 2 more full circles in your own pace. Breathing along those circles, moving in your own pace. And once you've done 4 full circles, then from the next round, leave your chest open and stay in that reclining twist for a few breaths. And after those few breaths, you can leave the chest open, slide back onto your back. For a moment, you bring arms down next to the sides. And then we're going to extend the legs. We're going to find our resting pose. Now, you decide where your arms are. If you'd like to have arms overhead, you are welcome to do that. If you'd like to maybe cross your arms around your chest, giving yourself a hug, that might be a nice option. Or maybe it's nice to keep the arms down next to the sides. Any easy place where your shoulders, your upper back, your chest, both arms find some ease. Bring your full awareness back to your breath. And give yourself a moment to check in how you're feeling now. Observing without any judgment. Give yourself another few breaths in your resting pose. And of course, as always, you might stay longer if you want. You can extend your resting pose to be anything you need today. If after those few breaths you feel that you'd like to slowly find your way out of that resting pose, you could gently move your hands, your feet. You could reach arms overhead along the floor one more time. And then find the easiest way up into a seat. Find your final seat, and that could be any shape, any pose of your choice. And if it's a part of your practice, you might bring your palms together in front of your chest. And as always, at the end of the practice, most importantly, thank yourself for taking some time to move, to breathe, and to look after yourself today. I thank you for joining in. Namaste. Thank you.